The thing about smartwatches is they're really expensive. Like my Garmin Epix Pro, that's £800 it cost when I bought it. So some people don't really want to spend that kind of money, and maybe things like GPS, you don't really care about. Maybe you just want something that will track your activity and your heart rate, etc. Now, the folks from Runmefit gave me this. Now I'm going to say they sent me this to review, and you will see a referral code in this video, which if you use it, I get some kind of money back, but I'm just putting that out there. But I don't even know if it's any good or not, so I don't know whether I'm going to actually suggest that you buy it. So let's see. So I haven't even taken the cellophane off. Now that's always a good sign when you haven't even opened it yet. Sometimes, there we go. Maybe I should have done that quiet. Like, maybe I should have done that so that it could have been all like ASMR. So here we go. It's the Runmefit GTR3 smartwatch. And let's try and work out how to get in. Ta-da. So I have charger. What's the charger? It's like a bespoke charger. It's not a USB 3. So it is like a specific one for this watch, which I guess if it's going to be waterproof, etc., it needs to have that. And then the watch itself. Here we go. Right, so we could actually probably move. Well, the box does. Oh, got something else in here. Ah, the instructions, funnily enough. Okay, so the box goes over there. Right, charge to activate. So I've got a battery pack here, which hopefully will work to make this happen. Okay, and we've got a little cover on the back. Let's do this quietly. Always a nice moment you do that. Put the charger on the back. Then let's see. We'll pull the. Oh, it buzzed. There you go. That was all a faff. But what the first thing to say is that the screen itself actually is really nice looking. It's very bright, very clear. It's surprisingly quality. The reason I'm saying surprisingly is because this is something that currently only costs like £45. So you would have kind of thought it'd look a bit cheaper. So I'm going to download the app. I'd like to send you notifications. Okay, I'll do allow for now. I'll go grey. Right, devices. Add device, and it's searching. Look, it's just here. It's just here. Aha. Okay, here we go then. So it can see it. Connect. Pairing request. Pairing successful. Woo! Look at that for a rather complicated looking watch face. Let's hope there are options in here to change that. But so far, I mean, everything, how to wear. Okay, keep 1 finger's width between your wrist and the device. Okay, so yeah, so that the bump. So there's like the bumpy part in your wrist. You want it to be kind of behind that. And that way, that's going to be about heart rate monitoring to be able to do that properly. So I'm assuming it's all charged up anyway, and that sticking that on, whoa, yeah, that is a really ugly watch face. There you go. So it's on there. And like the strap has, I quite like how close together the holes are on the strap. For fitting to your wrist. My Garmin, I actually had to change to a Velcro strap because the holes were just too far apart, and so I could never quite find the right kind of right distance. It was either too tight or too loose, and when you're running, it's slapping up and down your wrist. So anyway, so this feels comfortable. It's actually quite a discreet looking watch as well. So it's, yeah, in terms of fit, all that kind of stuff, I'm happy with it. So the next question, I suppose, is how it operates. Buttons, we've got the big crown, and then there's the button on the side. It seems to just be the crown. If I press that again, okay, here we go then. Is it? Oh, it is touchscreen. Good. So here we go. So all of the different. If I go heart rate, it just buzzed. So I'm hoping that that buzz means that it's actually measuring. You can see little icon coming up. There you go. Yep, this seems about right for me. My resting heart rate usually is round about, like if I'm just sitting watching TV, it's about 34. So being kind of 46, 48 right now, I'd say that's bang on. Okay, the stress. You get a little vibration every time it moves, or if I use the crown. Okay, let's do blood oxygen. See how it measures this. Again, it's just, this is it's optical sensors on the back of the watch, or how it measures your heart rate. I'm not going to take you through the full operation of the watch, but what I'd say is that tactile, how it is to use it, it feels nice. It feels, like I said, that reassuring buzz when I'm kind of using the crown to go up through it. The swipe, the touchscreen feels quite nice. I think it's a nice light watch to have on my wrist as well. There you go, 98%, that's all right.
One of the big things that this watch doesn't have that probably keeps it cheap is GPS, but if you are looking to do an outside run or bike ride or even a walk and you want GPS tracking, you can start that within the app and that data will follow through. Everything else sport-wise on the watch is based on indoor training, like indoor runs, indoor bike, and you can add things like rowing machine. In fact, it's got loads of different activities that you can add in the watch, so make sure and be patient and scroll through all of them. Now, the rest of the watch features itself, obviously it's got the main timers, etc. I've already shown you the heart rate and the blood oxygen, but there are a couple of other interesting options in there like blood glucose and blood pressure. However, these seem to work on approximation models rather than giving you an accurate readout, so possibly these will work if you know your baseline anyway, and then you can use this to track whether you're going up and down, but I would not rely on these for any real medical purposes. And then circling back to the app again, fortunately, yes, there is a way to change that watch face.
And then that's it in there already. So my watch face is no longer ugly. And so I can go through different, so that's quite cool. You can see all the different versions that are on here. I mean, this is surprising. Like, you can get cats and dogs. This is, I mean, as far as the watch, this side, operation side of it and whatever, I'd say that this is a really nice watch. This is very kind of premium feeling. I'm sure you could change the strap if you wanted to, all that stuff, but the watch itself is really nice. The app is really nice to control it. But it must be said, the most important thing when you're using a smartwatch is how this is going to react when it comes to doing any kind of sport. So I've got a couple of rows that I'm going to film today, some of my RowAlong workouts, and I'm going to use this for the heart rate, and then I'm going to come back and I'll tell you exactly how I got on with that, because like I said, that's the most important part. I've just done two different workouts and I've been using this watch as my heart rate, and it did okay. I mean, the one thing the kind of a negative thing I'd say is that because the readout is quite small, okay? So where it tells you what your heart rate is, it is quite small on screen, and the screen turns off really quickly. You don't get that long to look at it. And it's like a little bit of a faff to try and get it on as well, to like flicker my wrist to try and get the screen to turn on. And then by the time I've actually caught where I'm supposed to be looking for the BPM, well, remember, my arms are moving when I'm rowing. It turns off. So it's really hard to see sometimes what my heart rate was. Now, it doesn't seem to connect to my PM5. I'm going to take a look through the manual and make sure that this is the case. It's not just a settings thing, but it does make me think that this doesn't send anything out via Bluetooth. I would like I said, I'll look into that, and there may be a slight insert that's about to happen.
So after looking into it more, no, this watch does not broadcast Bluetooth. So if you're looking to use this as the heart rate and send it to your rowing machine, your treadmill, or your bike, this possibly isn't the watch for you.
But I mean, it tracked it. It was perfectly fine. It's tracked the workout. It's told me like how many calories I've burnt, and like an hour and a half's worth of rowing. It says 800 calories, which actually, because it's been stop and start and whatever, I'd say that's pretty much what I'd expect for an hour and a half on here doing stuff. I kind of round about 800 in an hour of solid workout is what I'd expect. So 800 with like kind of stop and start and stuff sounds round about right. So from that point of view, I think it's tracking the exercise exactly how you want it to. So the next thing to look at then is what you then get in the app. And first thing I can see is that I should really know what an MAI vitality score is. Maybe read into the manual a bit more. But apparently I'm 32 today. And it's got various things here. It's got like the calories I've burnt so far. Like I'm assuming this is like during the week or whatever, or maybe today. Steps, how far I've gone, sleep data, which I've only just got it, so it doesn't have any for that. Heart rate, which I guess is just tracking heart rate through the day. Yep, because does it actually run all day long? No, it's not like my Garmin runs all day long. I'm guessing this is probably like every minute or so, or every 5 minutes it does a test. But then sports records is the thing that I'm interested in, having just done that workout. So I can see it's here. It knows what I did. Let's see what kind of, it's just pretty much just, it tells me my calories, average heart rate, how long it went for, and there's a graph for my heart rate. If I go sideways, okay. I quite like it when you have these ones where you turn the app sideways and it then expands the heart rate data, but this one doesn't. So the first workout was kind of a ramp up and down. You can see that from the heart rate. And then the second workout, I was doing some sprints, which you can see is kind of gone up as well. So It has tracked, I mean, it's probably, there's a chance that stroke to stroke it was maybe causing some errors. I don't know, because I wasn't able to see it on screen or anything. And like I said, kept on turning off. But it's tracking my heart rate data. And I mean, really, rowing is a tough one to try and track from a heart rate point of view, because you're always moving. It's if you don't have like a secure fit of your watch, some watches can kind of fail. Like the Whoop, the Whoop tracker, I think I had one of them, and it was useless for rowing, because every time I took a stroke, it would count that as a heartbeat. And so you're rowing like 20 strokes a minute at like an easy pace, and suddenly it's adding 20 beats per minute. Anyway, less about that. So yes, the data coming off on this, I think if you were, I'd possibly want to drill a little bit deeper into the heart rate. I'd like to be able to stick in heart rate zones and all that stuff, and for it to tell me what zone I was in. It'd be nice to expand upon that. But remember, this is like a £40 watch, and you're getting a really quite a substantial app that tracks the things that are happening. So what's my opinion of this then? Well, one way to look at this is that my Garmin Epix Pro cost £800, okay? This costs £40, so that's what, 5% of the cost? And this is better than half as good. In fact, if you just put GPS into this and kind of added a couple of features into the app, then this would quite happily compete with my Garmin. It's just, it does pretty much everything I want it to. So then it comes down to if you like the Garmin ecosystem and all that stuff. I don't think this is going to upload to Strava and all that kind of stuff. So if you're kind of you're in that kind of data tracking world of sports, then maybe this isn't right for you. But if you're looking for a sports watch, you just want to spend a little bit of money on something to track your steps and your heart rate and some of the exercising that you're doing, and you don't want to spend that much money, then to be honest, I mean, I've not exhaustively tested every single watch out there, but for what it gives me, this is perfectly functional. And at that price point, 40 quid, you're kind of like, wow, use it, give it to your brother, your sister, your mother, your dog, your daughter, whatever, when you're done, if you then want to upgrade to something else. So yeah, I think if you're looking for a sports watch, you could do a lot worse than this. And then this might be the springboard to you getting another one if you do want more data and you do want GPS, etc. But this might just do you for a long time as well. So I opened this video saying I wasn't too sure whether I'd recommend anyone get this watch and whether to use the referral code. But actually, like I say, if you're looking for a cheap watch, you could do worse than this. So thank you so much for watching. A little bit of a rambly one, but if you're interested at all in this, maybe I've helped to answer some questions. If you have any other questions, if you want me to test this in another way, while I'm using this over the next month before I make a follow-up video, then please just ask and I'll try and roll that into the next video, okay? So until then, please look after yourselves. If you are doing any rowing workouts, remember and check out like one of the many hundreds of workouts I've got up here on the channel. And just have a great day, great week, great month, great year. Look after yourselves, and I will see you in another video. Until then, row well, be well, bye-bye.